I was excited when the Gen Zs came out on the 25th of June, and I was at a point where I felt like finally Kenyan is fed up, or we are tired, or enough is enough. But now it's really paining me or hurting to see how they've been slowed down. I thought this is a revolution that could have taken quite a long while until we achieve good governance, or I'm thinking this sort of being asked to give the government time to do its work, I feel like it's a scam. No one deserves work for us to have good services in our hospitals, to have our schools or our government schools operating. I really think or feel that's quite a big scam that Kenya should not be sold to, because I was listening today to some two guys on Lingugi show who are speaking about conservation and the books that they wrote but could not get authors. They could not even launch the books just because we still have the colonial minds that we inherited from our forefathers. And I really felt heartbroken how downtrodden we've become as Africans or as blacks. In my own thought, I was looking at it like even before the Gen Zs and before we started getting tired of this white person, I was at that point of I could boldly tell my son to never worship these whites. I emphasized that our black skin is rich than their white skin. Not that I'm a racist, but it's just my thought. Why do we worship these people? Why do we see these whites that come to our countries as if they are small gods? Why can't we have our own heritage? Why can't we celebrate ourselves being blacks? And I'm really feeling like the more people talk, the more we are supposed to get more fed up, and the more we are supposed to take action until we get back to our feet and until we reclaim our country or until we reclaim our soil. All this nonsense of every leader that's being vetted coming out to say, or these commissions that have been formed in the country to really run the shows coming out to tell us how someone is not corrupt. And I'm wondering, we are all speaking about corruption eroding our country, eroding our finances, eroding our economy, and I'm like, then if these leaders are not corrupt and they're the ones we suspect to be corrupt, then who is? Are we the ones, the mere citizens who can hardly put food on our tables? Are we the ones who are corrupt? And then coming to think about the conversation that's going round about our minerals, how we were leased out to the whites, and I'm like, oh my god, or is this the same case that was about to happen to our airports? Because if there's an agreement that holds for 30 years, and the people that sat down to write that agreement are people who are already approaching their 60 years. So it means they're securing their future and the future of their children, but now our children will have no future. And then I'm like, okay, it's high time Kenyans, we take charge of what is ours and stop inviting these people. I'm of the mind of, have always had this mind, maybe it was not loud enough, but I've been of the thought like they're not any special than us. We can run our country how we want it. Just like Jimmy Wajigi said, if they stop giving donors to us or giving us loans, so what? What's the worst that can happen? Are we not confident with ourselves? Are we not confident with what we have as a country or as a continent, so that everything has to come from the ideas of this white man? I'm really feeling like it's a wake up call for these Kenyans, and we should not sit back at our comfort zones again. We should continue the momentum that the Gen Zs started, which should be now for all generations, because I can hear even our parents and our grandparents who are still surviving are really speaking guilt of how actually they sold the future of their generations to the white. Now that everyone is speaking, what should we do about it? Is it not the right time that we should all wake up and put things to order, put our country to order, reorganize our country? Like, we do not have to live every day a colonial mind, or a colonial behavior, that everything that we do, it has to depend on what will they say, what will they do, is it the right thing? No, we have the power, we can reclaim our power back. I'm feeling the so many problems that we are going through as a country, especially the economically, lack of jobs. I feel it's all problems that we've generated ourselves, but lucky enough, we are awake about everything, and we can get back on our feet, and we can stand on our own. We don't need, I'm sure even in your house, when you're going through problems, you find a way out on how to cater to yourself. You don't have this white person, you just cater to yourself through your friends, your neighbor, but you don't reach out to these whites who are out there. So we can fight these battles on our own and let them fight theirs. They have their own wars, let them deal with it. They have their own um, economies to deal with, let them deal with it. Let them leave ours to for us to work out.